Friday night, April 2nd. And tonight I am doing a show. We're going to do some energy work. But the show and the energy work we're going to do doesn't matter where you live, it's going to affect you. So I wanted to talk about the Nuremberg Code, and then we're going to do some energy work on breaking down the computers that want to create vax passports and the quantum supercomputer. I don't know if you've ever seen TED Talks, but this guy that created the quantum supercomputer, and there's only one, he's talking about aliens coming onto the planet, and I really believe him. So this is no joke. His quantum supercomputer looks like this big black cube, and they did a TED Talk years ago, and he talked about how when he was around it, it just felt alien. Well, now he's talking about the aliens coming back, and we're not going to like it because they have another agenda, and it's not our agenda, and they look like at us like we're less than ants. Oh yeah, come on guys. We are just ready to have you come on down to the planet, and we're going to welcome you with open arms. He also talked about inventing an AI that is going to be just super brainy, smarter than anybody of us, anyone on the planet, able to do things that we can't do, able to think and feel and interact with us in a way that they can guess what we're going to do. And I don't know about you, but it kind of smacks of the Terminator, and how, us humans are just going to have to adjust our lives to this. This man is insane. And my God, I don't know. I would kind of say he's kind of like alien possessed. Anyway, we're going to do some energy work to break those down. And again, we've got what they call the Great Global Reset that they want to manifest. And that's basically controlling the world and taking everything away from the masses, which, I don't know, doesn't work well for me either. And they want to do that by 2013. And if we have time, we'll do a little bit of work cutting the ties and binds with Earth and humanity to Satan, because guys, everybody knows Nike. Yeah, it doesn't matter what country you are in. Nike is well known. Well, they came out with a satanic shoe. How more blatant can you get? And somewhere on the shoe, they're saying that there are drops of blood to make it authentic. And they only made 666. And this is not an advertising campaign for Nike. I'm just saying, you don't think Satan is not alive on the planet and putting effort? Well, they are with through Nike. So we're going to do a little bit of energy work on that. And then before we get to the energy work, and like I said, this is a worldwide universal show today. This stuff is affecting everybody, everywhere, no matter where you live. And that's why I wanted to touch bases with you about the Nuremberg Code. And why am I bringing it up? Well, what are they trying to do with vaccines now? They are definitely out there trying to push it. And I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying what I see. I've turned my TV off. I don't listen to it anymore because it's just, for me, one big PR firm. And, the ingredients to the jab has a limit, and then it expires. So they're really pushing this stuff out there. And truthfully, I don't want to be a part of a worldwide experimental medical experiment. It doesn't work for me, especially when the manufacturers don't have any liability. Nor is anybody talking about any future side effects because they don't know about it. So the Nuremberg Code happened after World War II. And the judgment by the War Crimes Tribunal at Nuremberg laid down 10 standards to which physicians must conform when carrying out experiments on human subjects in a new code that is now accepted worldwide. This judgment established a new standard of ethical medical behavior for the post-World War II human rights era. Amongst other requirements, this document enunciates the requirement of voluntary informed consent of the human subject. The principle of voluntary informed consent protects the right of the individual to control his own body. This code also recognizes that the risk must be weighed against the expected benefit and that unnecessary pain and suffering must be avoided. The code recognizes that doctors should avoid actions that injure human patients. The principles established by this code for medical practice now have been extended to general codes of medical ethics. Now, the Nuremberg codes happened after World War II, and the Nazis did all those experiments on people that they had in concentration camps, and mostly they were Jews. And then the Nuremberg Code was created after that to protect us. So remember, do not let anybody try to peer pressure you into taking anything. And here in Hawaii, our lieutenant governor wants to force us into a jab passport. And if we don't comply, it could be a $5,000 fine and a year in jail. All because you don't want to be part of an experimental program and not take the jab. So this is serious business. And again, it's called informed consent. All right, so let's read the code. So this is called the Nuremberg Code, of 1947, and you can actually find it on the internet. Google it. Permissible medical experiments. The great weight of the evidence before us to effect that certain types of medical experiments on human beings, when kept within reasonably well-defined bounds, conform to the ethics of the medical profession generally. The protagonists of the practice of human experimentation justify their views on the basis that such experiments yield results for the good of society that are unprocurable by other methods or means of study. All agree, however, that certain basic principles must be observed in order to satisfy moral, ethical, and legal concepts. Number one, the voluntary consent of the human subject is absolutely essential. This means that the person involved should have legal capacity to give consent, should be so situated as to be able to exercise free power of choice without the intervention of any element of force, fraud, deceit, duress, overreaching, or other ulterior form of constraint or coercion, and should have sufficient knowledge and comprehension of the elements of the subject matter involved as to enable him to make an understanding and enlightened decision. This later element requires that before the acceptance of an affirmative decision by the experimental subject, there should be made known to him the nature, duration, and purpose of the experiment, the method and means by which it is to be conducted, all inconveniences and hazards reasonably to be expected, and the effects upon his health or person which may possibly come from his participation in the experiment. Now, all you guys, I don't know, that have already taken it, were you given papers? Did they go through all what the possible side effects can be. Just saying. The duty and responsibility for ascertaining the quality of the consent rests upon each individual who initiates, directs, or engages in the experiment. It is a personal duty and responsibility which may not be delegated to another with impunity. Number 2, the experiment should be such as to yield fruitful results for the good of society, unprocurable by other methods or means of study, and not random and unnecessary in nature. 3, the experiment should be so designed and based on the results of animal experimentation and a knowledge of natural history of the disease or other problem under study that the anticipated results justify the performance of the experiment. I just want to let you know, remind y'all that the jab had in the beginning only 200 people that they experimented on. And they skipped animal testing and went right to human. Number 4, the experiment should be so conducted as to avoid all unnecessary physical and mental suffering and injury. 5, no experiment should be conducted where there is a prior reason to believe that death or disabling injury will occur, except perhaps in those experiments where the experimental physicians also serve as subjects. Yeah, that's like not happening. 6, the degree of risk to be taken should never exceed the determination by the humanitarian importance of the problem to be solved by the experiment. 7, proper preparation should be made and adequate facilities provided to protect the experimental subject against even remote possibilities of injury, disability, or death. I don't see that happening. Do you? From my understanding, and I could be wrong because I've never gotten the jab, but from what I heard, you get the jab and they go bye, you go home now. You know, they don't make you hang around to see if you're going to have a side effect, especially if you're going to have that side effect 2 days later, or 3 days, or a week, or a month, or a year. Just saying. 8, the experiment should be conducted only by scientifically qualified persons. The highest degree of skill and care should be required through all stages of the experiment of those who conduct or engage in this experiment. Now, yesterday I read, and it could have been Idaho, and I could be wrong on the state, but a mayor was giving jabs to people. A mayor, someone who's not qualified. He's not a nurse, not a doctor, not a healthcare worker, a mayor. No, thank you. 9, during the course of the experiment, the human subject should be at liberty to bring the experiment to an end if he has reached the physical or mental state where continuation of the experiment seems to him to be impossible. Well, that ain't going to happen with this, because once you've gotten that jab, you're committed forever. 10, during the course of the experiment, the scientist in charge must be prepared to terminate the experiment at any stage if he has probable cause to believe, in the exercise of good faith, superior skill, and careful judgment required of him, that a continuation of the experiment is likely to result in injury, disability, or death to the experimental subject. Now, if you pay attention what's going on in the world, there's quite a few countries that have stopped taking the Pfizer vax. Why? Because their people are getting blood clots. Now, that's just one country. So, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about side effects, how many are really, they sit down and explain to you, everything that can happen before you get the jab. Anyway, I'm going to make little cards of this and carry it around with me just cuz. All right, let's do some energy work. And again, guys, like I said, this is worldwide. This is a worldwide problem. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the energy work. And as I'm reading and doing the energy work, I want you to, in your mind's eye, you can close your eyes because you really don't have to watch me do this, because you got to listen to my words. So close your eyes and imagine this actually happening. Do some creative visualization. And then we're going to be sending energy into this bubble of light to really amplify it and get it to manifest. All right, so those of you participate, I want you to sit down, put your feet flat on the floor, put your hands in your lap like you're going to receive. I want you to take, sit up, sit straight up. And I want you to take some deep breaths. I want you to inhale light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. So you inhale light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So now I want you to imagine we're in this huge stadium filled with like-minded people. We're all connected through our heart chakras, and we're all holding hands, and we're going to put a huge Earth Keeper crystal in the center to amplify our work, and then we'll put the bubble of light above that crystal. So I want you to imagine that you're holding hands, people to the right and the left, and now feel your silver antenna reach out past the stars, all the planets, and reconnect with the Creator. And now feel all this incredible high energy, Creator energy, come pouring into your head, flow all the way down your body, down your legs, out your feet, into the earth, down your arms, out your hands, your spine. Feel yourself totally consumed in this divine energy. Now send love and light to the right. And as the energy flows to the right, we call in all the other gods and goddesses of light, past, present, future, air, earth, fire, water, metal, all the elemental kingdom, the devas, the angels, archangels, all the old ancient cultures responsible for holding light on the planet. The Aborigines, the kahunas, the medicine men and women. Let them all feel this light and add their energy to what we're doing. And amplify our work over 100,000-fold. And now let's send love and light to the left. And as the energy flows to the left, the circle is closed, so only that which is light may enter. So we're going to invite the trees into our circle. And we're going to ask that the trees take this energy and send it into the earth through all the through all the roots. And see all the trees now regenerating, and see the earth recharging and becoming stable. And then out through the trees' branches, so all people on the planet, all life forms can feel this positive energy and help them to awaken, to become even more spiritually awakened beings. We call to all the rock stones, crystals, minerals, all the earth keepers on the planet to lock into this big crystal in the center and amplify what we're doing 100,000-fold. We call to all the grids, ley lines, meridians, domes, obelisks, pyramids, all the sacred and holy spots on the planet to lock in to this divine energy circle. And I'm going to ask Mother, Father, God, that everyone here that participates receives a healing, and that you guide us into doing not our will, but thy will be done. So be it. We give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So release the hands. And now feel again yourself reconnect with the Creator, and all this high energy comes pouring into your body, down your arms, out your hands, and you can put your hands outward now, like you're sending it into this bubble of light, and feel that energy come out through all your chakras into this bubble. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put down any computer programs, any quantum supercomputer, any programs trying to create any kind of vaccine passports anywhere on the planet. Let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I want all ties cut with all computers and their programs that have anything to do with creating and implementing any kind of vax passport. As these ties are cut, we violet flame the computer and all programs, cleaning up their energy. We now reconnect them to the Creator and command them to break down. Call the higher selves of anyone working on this project to become dyslexic around the computers, making many unconscious mistakes that cannot be corrected, causing many delays and stalls until the ACLU or your lawyers in your area takes them to court and wins, resulting in the programs being shut down completely. We also call to all the elementals for help. We ask that the rats and mice come out and chew their computer wires and their electrical systems in their buildings. See the fleas, flies, snakes, spiders invade their buildings where these programs and the computers are and make nests so the computers break down. See the dust mites clogging up the computers so they don't function properly. See the computer programs having many glitches as the numbers 1 and 0 keep flipping, confusing, and breaking down that program. So let's give some attention to the computers that hold all this vax passport information. We're going to send a very high energy to the CPUs that stop their fans, causing the computers to overheat as their safeguards fail. As this happens, the CPU gets above its maximum operating temperature and burns out. See, it gets so hot it ignites and destroys itself beyond repair. As the CPU fries out, it also takes out all the motherboards and all connected components. See this hard shutdown, damaging and destroying all data, as well as destroying the computer completely. Now let's send a hot, high energy to the USB ports that will break down all the USB ports. Then that energy travels to the Thunderbolt port, killing the computer and all electronics connected to technocracy. Let's give some attention to the computer chips that hold all the information needed to run these computers. Let's imagine huge hammers shattering the glass of the chip. In your mind's eye, see the responsible proper circuits being toggled. As this happens, a small resistor within the substrate heats up until the glass shatters. The shattering will continue even after the initial break, rendering the entire chip unusable. See, the computer chips get so hot they self-destruct. See the plasma used for making computer chips being filled with light, that it changes the plasma to another gas, thus not allowing the computer chip to be created. Let's direct our attention to all personal computers being used to create the VAX program or any super AI program that wants to eliminate humans from the planet. See the liquid being spilled on their computers, their hard drives. See them all on them so they break down. See them being accidentally dropped, creating cracks, breaks, chips, peeling, and blistering. Imagine the computers being scratched in a way that expose the base metals, which damage the heat spreader. Let's put acid energy on the motherboards that fry them. See all computer programmers becoming dyslexic when they try and work on the programs, making many, many mistakes that cannot be corrected. Now, in the USA and in any country, I want you to send energy to the attorneys that are going to fight this. And in our country, it's the ACLU. And again, all lawyers that are speaking out against this program, see them being divinely inspired to what they need to do to win in all court appearances. See the Vax passport falling apart in all countries as their programs and computers shut down, as well as people protesting that program. So let's remove all satanic energy around all the masses that are compelling them to take the jab. As we remove this energy, we ask their higher self to reconnect to the Creator, to become an awakened spiritual being that can see through all the lies and illusions that are around this program. Fill that up with a really high energy and take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve.
Staying healthy is easier when it's convenient. That's why Prisma Health provides easy access to primary care close to where you need it most. With nearly 600 doctors across the Midlands and Upstate, we offer same-day and next-day appointments to fit your busy schedule, or virtual visits when you can't make it to our office. More access to exceptional care to help you be your healthiest you. Find a doctor today at prismahealth.org/healthy.
All right, we're going to take another deep breath. And as you exhale, we're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the great global reset, the digital reset, and everyone that's connected to it, and everyone that's going to be affected. Which basically is the whole planet. So we're putting the whole planet in this bubble of light. All right. Let there be light. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. Call to Michael the Archangel to take his sword of blue flame and cut to pieces all plans and all energies that are feeding the Great Reset, the digital reset, and the transhuman slavery system, Agenda 21, Agenda 30, along with the slogans Build Back Better and New World Order. In your mind's eye, see those plans falling apart as more people become conscious of the intent, which is to make a slave of the masses on the planet. See the awakened masses refusing to comply, creating a revolution of divine light, quantum leaping us into world enlightenment. The Great Reset is biotechno-feudalism, and that means the issuance of medical passports, soon to be digitized, as well as the transparency of medical records, inclusive of medical history, genetic makeup, and disease stats. But it could include the implanting of microchips that would read and report on genetic makeup and brain stats, such that even crossing a national border might one day evolve a detailed brain scan to assess an individual's security risk. In your mind's eye, see all those programs and computer programs blocked and scrambled again. See the masses not complying. See the AIs turning on their masters and destroying themselves and their programs. Let's send a special energy out toward all AI robots so they rust and malfunction. See the corporations go back to hiring humans to replace the robots, giving them a good living wage. We cut ties to the people who first created the concept of one world government, from King George III to the Committee of the 300 and the Black nobility, as well as all businesses that have carried these ideas into our future through people of fantastic wealth and influence, like banks, politicians, insurance companies, along with major corporations, the United Nations, and World Economic Forum. We now call the violet flame to transmute all these ideas and concepts, replacing it with manifesting world enlightenment. We cut ties with the creator of these, the Great Reset and Digital Reset, Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, WHO, Bilderberg Group, the Council of 300, Council of Rome, Olympians, the Black nobility, the family, the Rockefellers, Trilateral Commission, Society of Cincinnati, the UN, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Bill Gates, Fauci, Henry Kissinger, International Money Fund, Illuminati, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Deutsche Bank, and Catholic Church. As we cut ties between these groups, violet flaming all their energies, as well as removing all overlays of vows and oaths they have taken together, let there be much infighting with all of them, so all their plans fall apart. We ask these beings to step into the light and work for world enlightenment, and if they choose not to, which is their free will, we ask their higher selves to put them in a position of harmlessness. We ask the Creator to now redirect their funds toward uplifting the masses. We call the violet flame to transmute all energies involved with the Great Reset, Digital Reset, starting with the Creator, Klaus Schwab, and his Nazi fascist ideas of world control, starting at Klaus's birth through his childhood, removing the energy overlay his parents placed on him, indoctrinating him into Hitler's ideology and dreams of a 1,000-year rule. We cut ties to Klaus's first vision of the World Economic Forum, called the European Management Fund, and its Nazi ties. We cut ties to Klaus's ideas of killing off the middle class. As these ideas break down, see the middle class making a comeback all over the world with many successful new entrepreneurs. We cut all ties to the energy of global citizenship, another word for world slavery. We cut ties to the ideas of all transhumanism and eugenics program, which includes the expansion of genomics, nanotechnology, and robotics, and their penetration into human bodies affecting the brain. See all their programs falling apart as we place huge magnets on their overdrives, erasing all programs. Imagine all their computer programs start changing the numbers, and the ones and zeros keep flipping, again, destroying all their saved data. See all human machine experiments falling apart. We cut ties to all their books, including A New Deal, A New Frontier, The Great Society, A New World Order, The Great Global Reset, Impact of Science on Society, and Mein Kampf. As we violet flame the material, the words are neutralized and people lose interest in them. Let's make them all invisible so they remain hidden, with no forward movement. We cut ties to all of Klaus's Nazi collaborators and everyone who participates at the Davos Summit. As those energies are removed, being replaced with benevolent thoughts on how they can help humanity and not enslave it. We anchor the violet flame where the WEF and Nazi headquarters are located in Switzerland. See the flame blaze through all the buildings in Davos, including all hotels, releasing any stuck energy that is for world domination. Again, replacing it with world enlightenment energy. We cancel clear the energy of the Global 2000, which is a blueprint for mass world genocide. Cancel, clear, cancel, clear, cancel, clear, delete. We remove all overlays over all humans regarding COVID vaccines and being muzzled, As these overlays are removed, see people reconnecting to the Creator, becoming awakened spiritual beings who see through the illusions. They start building up their immune systems along with rejecting all GMO foods. See people growing their own organic gardens. See in your mind's eye Bill Gates having to give up control of the farmland he bought. If he tries to grow GMO crops on that land, see them failing, refusing to grow, being replaced with organic crops. Now let's send the violet flame through the fourth revolution that will involve the redundancy of human labor in increasing sectors to be replaced by automation. Also the fifth revolution, stakeholder energy, predatory human capital investments, human capital marketing, digital identity, and the United Nations Sustainable Capital Investments, technocracy, and the New Deal for nature, that is land theft. As the violet flame cleans up their plans, transmuting them to light, see all their plans falling apart, being replaced with world enlightenment ideas and thoughts. Let's send energy out so all China's slave programs fall apart, along with their computer programs malfunctioning. Let's now put up all blocks around all employees at the technocracy companies that are creating programs to push these agendas forward. See them going dyslexic, where when they enter the buildings, messing up their computer programs, the old, the new, and the future programs. Any programs that will be used against humanity, see it falling apart, including all transhuman programs. See all their equipment crashing as we keep changing the program numbers, the ones and the zeros, along with running big magnets over their hard drives so they lose all their programs. We again call to the elementals, the bees, ants, mice, rats, to make nests in the buildings and chew up building and computer wires. We call to the dust mites and mold to infect their computers, rendering them ineffective. Let the computer techs have many brain blocks with new programs that can harm humanity. Let's cut all ties to their symbols and sigils the corporations use to stay in power, including the Nazi swastika, the Pentagon, obelisk, and domes. Anytime you see their symbols, your first reaction should be to cut, reverse, and see them lose their power. Seeing that power being returned to the 99%, along with cleaning up and healing the earth and all life forms. For example, Verizon, the word with the Z, as a sideways lightning bolt is their sigil. And imagine that Z going either like a backward Z or a 2, or a vertical lightning bolt, taking the money that's been stolen from the people and returning it so we have free communications. The A&T, their sigil is the globe. I imagine it spinning in the opposite direction and spinning money back to the people they robbed. Anything with a pyramid or a triangle, let's imagine it upside down so the people at the base are empowered and the few at the top lose their control over the people, so the money pours out onto Mother Earth and her inhabitants. Any with the sun, also a big portal. For example, BP, British Petroleum. Let's all imagine that the sun now shines on Mother Earth. That's no longer a portal to suck in power and money towards the corporations, but a giant portal of love that shines kindly on the people and no longer sucks in energy, instead pouring money and power back to the 99% into social health and clean up the earth programs. Anything with a magnet, let's all imagine it reversing. If the magnet faces east, we'll point it west, so that the company is no longer sucking energy from the people and Mother Earth, and its powers are shut down. Anything with the Eye of Horus, often the Eye of Horus is used, and it spins the energies inward. It sucks the energy in. So let's all imagine the eye spinning their energies out, returning the money from the cable companies to the people. Many corporate logos are portals. Always picture the portal reversing themselves so that the money and energy pours out. You'll find once you start paying attention to corporate logos, they're easy to flip. And they're good focal points for the magicians to return to the power to the people and to Mother Earth. These guys work with sacred geometry and they twist it for power. So let's all flip them so the power goes back to the people. It's like martial arts. So let's remove all energy veils that are around all the people living on the planet Earth that are keeping them from connecting to the Creator, to become awakened spiritual beings. As they reconnect to the Creator, see them becoming conscious, awakened spiritual beings, seeing truth, and through all the lies and deceptions, as transparency is manifested. See the masses filled with all kinds of divine inspiration on how to create and manifest world enlightenment. If it's for their highest good, let's send energy out to all the billionaires so they reconnect to the Creator, allowing them to become awakened spiritual beings that want to help humanity. Let them be divinely inspired to start supporting the masses and middle class by sharing their wealth, helping small businesses thrive, feeding and housing those in need, creating job opportunities for humans as they get rid of the AI programs, sharing the wealth by rebuilding roads, schools, hospitals, and supporting places of higher learning so everyone can afford to better themselves. As they give, let them also receive. Let all those light workers working on neutralizing the Great Reset be in a bubble of invisibility, remaining unseen by any of the 1% who have intent on harm, yet be seen by the wealthy benevolent. All right, fill that up with light and love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. And we give thanks for this opportunity to serve. All right, let's close the circle. And we're going to do 3 ohms. And y'all can ohm with me. Come on, nobody's going to hear you. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. So be it. But nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. All right, let's ground. Put your feet flat on the ground. And I want you to imagine the earth energy coming up your feet. Feel it come up your ankles. And as the earth energy starts getting higher up your legs, feel yourself pull back in body, becoming very centered, very clear-headed. And as it comes up higher into your knees, you feel yourself becoming even more centered, very balanced, back in body, filled with all new inspiration and all new ideas. Feel yourself ground even more. Now, for those of you that got that healing stone called hematite, go grab it. Just wanted to show you what I have. This is a big one, but this is hematite. It's like a silver gray. And this is the best thing I know. When you hold it, you pull back in body, grounds you, and you can make decisions and move forward. If you don't have hematite, then if it's warm enough, go outside, find your favorite tree, put your hands on the tree, and imagine yourself sending all the excess energy into the tree. And just do that for 30 seconds to a minute. It doesn't have to be a long time. And you can wear gloves if it's that cold. The tree will feel the energy through your gloves. And then just simply ask the tree to send you energy back. And you're going to ground, you're going to pull back in body, you're going to calm down. And if you don't want to do that, then eating can help. and, taking a shower or a bath. Yeah. And it's really important, if you find yourself really lightheaded, do that stuff. It's my karma. So make sure you pull back in body. And, if you feel yourself really getting angry at somebody, even during the day, just excuse yourself and go hang out by a tree. Take your shoes off, walk barefoot, feel the earth, walk off that anger, send it to the tree, even send it into the earth, pick up a rock, send that energy into the rock. And the rock, all it knows is energy. It doesn't know if it's good or bad. It can't discern that. It's just energy to it. And to the rock, you're sending energy, pure and simple. And you don't have to keep the rock. If it's something you just picked up, put your negative and energy into it and then gently release it back to the earth. You don't have to toss it and throw it and get dramatic unless no one's around and, it makes you happy. But you really don't. And you can even have a stone for a worry stone. And again, just to put all your negative energies into it so you don't hold on to it. And I have to tell you something very exciting that I'm excited about. After 20 years, I finally got my website redesigned. And oh my God, this company is brilliant. They are from India and they're called Sana IT Solutions, and they're actually the #1 company there. And I didn't know that. I met them through LinkedIn. And so I asked them what's going to cost just to redo my website. And trust me, there was a lot on it to begin with. And they said $400. And I went, oh, I can do that. And I said, all right, let's do it. Well, they went out of their way. And I'm bragging about them. They fixed it. They improved it. I have a free book called The Book of Basics that you can get on my website. You can download it for free. And they've cleaned that up so you can actually read it well. They've added product to it. They've changed prices and put my Ghana story on, and my blog works now. I mean, these guys are amazing. So every now and then I'm sure I shocked them, and I would go, well, can you bill me for another 100? And of course they would, but my God, they deserve what they did is way beyond what we originally said we were going to do. So I actually ended up paying them an extra $300 because of what they did. So check out my website. It's www.angelliteom, ANGELITEOM.com. And gosh, it's fantastic. And let me know what you think, okay? And you can leave a message through there or through Facebook, my YouTube channel. I am all out there. Okay, even LinkedIn. So check it out, www.angelliteom.com, ANGELITEOM.com. I even have Hawaiian products on it now that I have come up with. And, it's like Hawaiian souvenir stuff that you all really want to have. Mermaid cups and glasses and all kinds of Hawaiian keychains. Woo! And pendants. And really, you should check it out. All my new stuff, my new line, the Angel Light healing tools. Oh my goodness, I am so proud of it. So if you need your website redesigned, I will turn you on to these guys. They are worth it. You will not regret it. They are affordable. And they have gone bent over backwards to work with me. So check it out. Yeah, it's mutually beneficial. Yeah, I like to brag, and then I've got to show them my website because that's what they worked on. So check it out, www.angeliteom.com. And you can call me direct if you have to at my store in Hawaii. It's 808-775-9400. And you can catch me in from 11 to 4 Hawaiian time. You can leave a message and I call back. I've got all my Angel Light products. And if you can ever come into my store, I do free pain and stress release with my Angel Light healing tools. You can lay on my Angel Light table. You can hug my big Earth Keeper, which you can see behind me. And I have another crystal that's 650 pounds over that, another Earth Keeper, and tons of rock stones, minerals, and jewelry. And I'm really, if you don't find something here, you're not looking. But, if you need something, rockstone, even hematite, give me a call. Angel Light, I'm it. I'm the woman for the Angel Light. Wow, this hour went by really, really quick. So thanks for joining and helping me put out some energy for the planet. And this is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio. And this is Friday, April 2nd. Oh, I guess I got a few more minutes. Okay. Well, hey, I might as well use them, right? Mm-hmm. So I find it interesting that everybody is coming back to Hawaii, and which I love. Oh my God, it's nice seeing people. But I find it really interesting how you still, you got to test a couple of times to get here, and they still make you wear a mask, which is really crazy. But, the world is crazy right now. But if you want some really good information, go to Robert Kennedy Jr.'s site. And they're called the Children's Defense. Well, you can Google it. But he's got all kinds of nifty information about what's also going on with the planet and with the jabs and statistics and all that wonderful stuff. And, in the meantime, and I've said this before, you can always chant when you have the time and keep pulling divine energy down into the planet. May divine enlightenment descend around everyone now. May divine enlightenment awaken within everyone now. I mean, how hard is that? You can do that while you're doing dishes, while you're going for a walk. You're driving. May divine enlightenment descend around the Nazis now. May divine enlightenment descend around my kids. May divine enlightenment awaken within my kids now. That chant is endless, and you are bringing light and you are anchoring it to the planet, and it's needed. So keep doing it. It doesn't take a lot of effort and it doesn't cost money. And if you can get together with a group that's doing energy work, there's nothing like group energy. And if you put a crystal in the center of the group, it's amplifying what you're doing even more. And we need light workers to do, it's all about group work. Now you can do your solo stuff, but really it's important that we do group work and we band together. And you don't think people that are satanic don't do group work like all the time? And whoever